Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm not Jamie.
No, exactly.
I am not Jamie.
But I am bottled water.
Yeah, we're here.
I believe it.
Bree is here with Spooky
Hi,
and bottled water because poor Jamie is not feeling so good today. But luckily we have Spooky here to take her place. And we're so happy to have bottled water here. Oh my gosh, we were supposed to do this weeks ago.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, but typical COVID fucking everything up.
Right.
I know, right? You were sick and I was sick and
now Jamie is sick.
I think this episode is cursed.
No, don't say that.
Something did not want this to happen, but now it is happening. So,
I've yet to get COVID, knock on wood, but now I'm worried that you just gave it to me right now.
Oh shit!
Through the stream.
Through the screen. Yes, so let's start off our videos here, and especially because Jamie's not here, I feel like we all know what she would want us to start off with.
Right.
Her favorite.
Her favorite.
That gets us a little worked in for some butt stuff.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
One of these days we have to actually get Sasquatch on here because we play his video
That'd be so cool.
every time we do butt stuff, and I feel like he has no idea that we're so obsessed with him. So
yeah,
we should definitely do that.
That would be really
neat.
You can call that one messing with Sasquatch.
Messing with Sasquatch.
Butt stuff in the forest.
Yeah.
Butt stuff in the forest. I love that. I really wouldn't want to do butt stuff with Sasquatch. It looks a little scary.
Yeah.
But okay.
That'll be a hairy
time. On to our first real video.
All right.
This, I think we're going to have to pause at some point to get actually like a good look at what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because it happened so fast.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
I think it was paused better the first time. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There he is.
I don't know. That's a little sus.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard one, right? I mean,
like how it's lit compared to everything around it.
That's a good point of view. I mean, what would he really be doing out there in the grass?
Right.
It looks like he's
and the video's like so fast. There. Look at how shiny his head is. It's like oiled.
Right? Yeah.
It's freshly oiled.
It looks like it's like a still photograph that's been put in there. And that's the flash.
How is it so shiny? I don't know. I mean, I love these videos. I love these videos because it's like they really try to convince people that there are little alien people running around here. And I'm sorry, I call bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. It's a little bit too sus for me.
Yeah.
Way too sus.
Yeah.
Not cool. Yeah, not into that.
In the depths of hell is that?
She makes like a creepy smile.
What are we looking at?
Whoa.
What?
I have no idea.
In the depths of
you have
hell
to look in the
that?
mirror at a creepy girl, third one all the way in the back with the demon eyes. Look in the mirror.
Okay.
She makes like a creepy smile.
Right here. It gets there. Look on.
Whoa, what? Okay.
Andy's like, what the fuck?
I'm suddenly. That's actually a little bit freaky.
She's like freaked out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, how dark is that room? Because obviously that's night vision.
It's night vision, yeah.
So, like, can she see her reflection in the mirror? Is it like light enough to see the reflection, but
I think that's why she gets
Possession.
like really close to it. Maybe
Right. That's weird.
I don't know why her eyes are reflecting the IR light through the mirror though.
Yeah, that's a bit strange. I mean, maybe the sensor, it's like a light sensor, like up here.
Yeah, and it's just picking it up.
It's a little weird though.
I'm creeped out.
Yeah, I'm a little
I
creeped out
have
by
to
that.
sigh.
Yeah, that's a creepy one.
I'm gonna go with possession.
Definitely a demon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with some kind of mirror. Mirrors, scrying, that kind of stuff can be weird when you mess with that. So it could be a form of that somehow.
Yeah, that's the mirror dimension right there.
Right.
So then are we kind of like facting that right now?
I think it's
always going to be a factor
does
of
happen very
sci-fi scale
quickly.
here.
So I mean, it could very well be an edited video, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm interested to know more about Pile.
Yeah, that one more so than the one before.
Yeah.
Moon Pie's like demonry.
100
demonry. So bottled water on your channel, do you guys look at videos too? Because I know it's like your intro, but I know you do some interviews.
Yeah, so I do. I haven't done a top 5 video in a while, but there's been quite a few that I've seen that I want to put into a new top 5 and kind of dissect them further and put them in my video editor and see what's going on with them. And spoiler alert, I'm actually going to get Mick West to watch one of the creepiest videos on YouTube. And he doesn't know that it's happening yet.
Oh, shit. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
That will be exciting.
It's completely uncut. There's no cuts from the camera or anything. It is about, I think it's like 7 or 14 minutes, something like that. And there's no edits. It's just one one solid cut. And it's freaky. It's going to be something people are going to be interested in.
That's going to be a live stream I'll check out for sure.
Is that the same channel you told me? Because I think after we did the Golden Probes and we had opened up kind of like a after party thing. And I was talking about how I don't, like, usually it's the paranormal videos that I automatically are like, no. And then you were telling me about a channel and a video out there that was like, you're not going to debunk this one. Is that the one that you're talking about? Oh, then that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Because I don't remember the channel or anything related to what the video was. That conversation was kind of a blur, so I just remember that.
I remember that conversation starting, and then I remember waking up the next day.
The next day? I honestly don't know how I wasn't hungover. I just know I woke up in the morning and first thing I did was text Jamie and say, take that off of public.
Oh, yeah, Andy.
No, it's not gonna happen. And then I asked Spooky too. I was like, was it okay? I tried to rewatch it and it was like going from normal to just like slowly more and more.
It went downhill.
Right.
Yes.
First 2 hours were great. The last 2 hours were like
pure insanity.
Oh, no.
Wait, but I was on here for 5 hours, Spooky. So what? Where's the middle hour?
4 hours. The middle hour nobody remembers.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It was the hour where nothing.
To answer,
I had fun. I still have Sunny's birth chart saved on my phone. I'm gonna hold on to that.
To answer Andy real quick, yes, Mick West has agreed to be on the show, and we have a time and date all set up. It's the 15th at something o'clock.
Ooh.
Cool.
It's the 15th at 5 p.m. Central.
That's Saturday, right?
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. We're going to have to tune into that one. Faux show.
So that's going to be a fun one.
Jamie sent me this one. Yeah. I think I've seen this video and I don't quite understand. So I think it already happened. Like that there is some type of Bigfoot that walks across the porch. And then if you look to the right of the screen, kind of like where the car is.
Yeah.
All you see is a giant
shadow.
That's all you see though.
Yeah. I mean, that could be that could just be somebody walking on the porch, and if they're close enough to the light, it'll just, cast a huge shadow.
Yeah, that's a shit video if you ask me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no real solid evidence in that one.
No. Hopefully this one's better though.
Oh, hello.
Jesus, he's fucking.
What are we looking at? Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
The shape right in the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it big or small?
I love it.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell.
Andy, that was pointless.
The commentary was interesting.
I don't. Honestly, I feel like this is one of those videos where the perspective could either be big or small. Like you never know if this is actually up close.
So like
it's still weird because it's this black mass kind of just standing in the woods.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be like someone's stood at a very particular angle, and it just looks, they're like, oh.
Well, it was also filmed on a potato,
right? What's with that?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's definitely a russet potato, though. You can tell by how grainy it is.
You're right.
Fuck yeah for potatoes. Love potatoes.
There should be a scale in ufology of what
what kind of potato.
What kind of potato? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the russet has this grainy look to it, and then like if you have a
that's me.
if you have like a sort of clear video, maybe it's one of those red stewing potatoes, because they taste a little bit better once they're all stewed and everything.
Only when they're stewed though, because when they're not, those red potatoes taste like ass.
That's true.
They just have no flavor or something.
They don't.
But yeah, for stew. Yeah, but how else are you gonna prepare them?
Herbs.
Oh, you talk about baking them, like chopping them up and baking them.
Well, like I cook them in the oven with herbs, and we're way off topic.
We are. That went.
Actually, to be honest with you guys, if we talk about potatoes on anything that is Tatiwaba multiverse related, it is so on point. It's not even funny. Since day one, Jamie and I have been about the potato life, and we've sung songs about potatoes. Like we love.
Long live the potatoes.
Long live the potato, indeed. I don't know. Okay, this next video I'm going to play for you guys is a really interesting thought. I have seen this around multiple times, and I'm curious to know your thoughts and if you guys think that this is a coincidence or if there really is no such thing as coincidences in this world. So, the coordinates for the Pyramid of Giza is 29.9792458 degrees north, the speed of light. I mean, okay, so the point is that it's the same numbers. So, yes to what part?
That's
coincidence?
All of this is correct.
Or is, okay, so.
I read about this.
I'm
pretty sure it was in Fingerprints of the Gods by Graham Hancock, where I first read about this. But that is correct. So the pyramid's coordinates on Earth by like the longitude, latitude is the speed of light, which is very, very strange.
So that's you think that this is just a coincidence, Bottle? Like,
I mean, it would be.
If the aliens built the pyramids, why would they not encode it with some type of information?
True. And so that's the biggest pyramid in Giza and its exact coordinates.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they would. So the only thing is, when the pyramids were built, we didn't have the system that we use now for longitude and latitude. So they would have had to have predicted the system that we would be using now.
Well, I think the system that we're using now is ultimately just based upon mathematics that ancient civilizations could have also had.
But it matching the speed of light is extremely interesting.
Yeah, I've heard theories about the geological makeup of the Great Pyramid, like the inner stones is very quartz crystal rich sandstone. Mm-hmm. And if you go to the top of the pyramid and like they took up like an electromagnetic field reader, and there's like some kind of field coming out of it, and they've done it on other pyramids too, and it's very interesting. And especially when you consider the theory about the pyramids being 12,000 years old at least. Yeah. So 12,000 years ago, the river,
the
River Nile would have been right at the very edge of the causeway, the long causeway coming off from the pyramid. So it would have been like right there, and underneath the Giza plateau it's like a big catacomb that would have been filled with water, and all the water sloshing around in these catacombs would have created electrical charge through the quartz. So there's it seems tinfoil, but it kind of works on the for me. It works on the scientific.
It's not tinfoil. Well,
it's interesting stuff. I don't know where if it's real or what, but it's
a good conversation, and I'd love to gauge where a bottle is on the woo side. I hate even using the term woo, but it's more there's different theories out there that the pyramids themselves it's a battery basically. It just makes so much sense to me. And this isn't the first time I've seen that it's just the coordinates that are the speed of light, but also that the dimensions of the actual pyramids itself somehow mathematically align to the same type of numbers. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit too strange, especially when we talk about just those pyramids in general, them aligning with Orion and all of that kind of stuff. It's a little... I don't know. At what point do we say it's coincidence and that it wasn't some type of feeded information? And eventually,
that sealed it for me was Robert Schoch discovering the Sphinx, the bedrock of the Sphinx, that it's all carved out of one bit of rock, showed water damage that could have only happened from thousands of years of rainfall, and the only time there was thousands of years of rainfall in Egypt was 12,000 years ago. So I do everything points to this time.
I do think it's a lot older than we think it is.
Definitely.
And just like the evidence with the water erosion at the Sphinx, I mean, it's a desert right now. The last time there was water there was 12, 13, 14,000 years ago.
Yep.
So I think it's a lot older. I think humans have been around our ancient sites are just a lot older than we think they are. And there's a lot of evidence that kind of points to that. I mean, especially when you look at that site in Turkey that was built and dug out.
Tepe.
Yeah. And then buried for no reason. And there's a lot of those sites around the world. And I think we probably are going to have to rewrite the history books as far as ancient history is concerned.
I don't think that we will, unfortunately. I think that there's going to be a battle between what people consider to be pseudo archaeology. In my opinion, I think it's just more of fringe archaeology, or, I've always believed that we have an alternative history than what we're given.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a battle between the academics and
the established.
I think the Institute of Egyptology in Egypt has had a kind of really tight lid on the narrative, which is what the knowledge they had at the end of the 1800s. They've clung on to those narratives, of discounting all of the information that's come out in the past 100 years, which is a lot. And Göbekli Tepe being at least 12,000 years old and a center of agriculture way before we ever thought we had one, being covered in iconography, which is found in religions like all over the world.
Yeah.
And cultures all over the world. That could very well be one of the birthplaces of like commerce and agriculture 13,000 years ago.
Well,
that would fuck it all up.
Yeah.
That would fuck it all up. We're so used to thinking it was like in Sumeria or Mesopotamia being the birth like place of civilization, you know, created the wheel, made the first beer and things like that.
Right.
It's
wheat and barley and trade.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at like there's a series of caves in South America that have artifacts from humans that are like 14,000 years old, which was way before anybody thought humans were coming to South America. And now they're looking at it like, holy crap. And they were probably Indo-Pacific people who were coming across the Pacific Ocean from the islands and ended up in South America. Nobody knows why they were there. Nobody knows why they were staying in these caves and hunting. And then it was kind of like a nomadic thing. They would just go there, do whatever they were doing, and then leave. And nobody can explain why it happened and why it's 14,000 years old. And that's just like one example, not even looking at all of these ancient architecture that we're finding. And this is when we're supposed to have been like still kind of hunter-gatherers, but we were building these monolithic, you know, cities out of stone, out of huge boulders. And we're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, this was just we can't explain that, but it's really old.
It's like they think it happened just on a lark.
Yeah.
Like, they just built all these things, but they were just, that's how all the woolly mammoths got killed. They were just hunter and gathering. Like, I don't think so. I think there was some kind of, not exactly higher civilization, but some kind of advanced civilization that was going when there was comet impacts about 12,000 years ago with the Young Dryas ice events. And because of those, everyone on the coastal cities, they all got flooded because the water level rose about 400 meters. So that's how we got the topography that we have today. After all the ice melted and we got the ice caps that we have today, that's where we are.
Yeah. Excuse me. And we still pass through that area of our solar system where those comets came from.
Yep.
So it's still a threat today. I was actually reading an article about meteors and comets and stuff, because I think one just exploded over Pennsylvania or something recently.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it was like 13, the equivalent of like 13 tons of dynamite exploding when it entered the atmosphere. I'll have to double check that, but I saw it today, and I know it's recent. I want to say it happened in the last couple of days, or maybe.
That's fucking intense. So did you see Don't Look Up? Because me and Spooky keep talking about it. It kind of inspired a new show that didn't inspire, but the conversation led off to a new show that we will be doing. So like, have you seen it, or what are your thoughts if you have?
I haven't seen it yet. I meant to watch it this weekend, but we did a Harry Potter marathon and watched all the Harry Potters this weekend.
Oh, right on.
I think a lot of people did, which is so funny. I actually did that like a couple weeks ago because I felt like I've seen the Harry Potter movies, but it's just been so long that I didn't actually remember anything that happened. Right. So I was like, fuck it, we're just going to watch it. But I think that is the next one for you to watch for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it because it's a comedy and it looks hilarious. And two, you know, the kind of making fun of what's going on with society now. And I'm just like, I want to watch that.
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Thank you, Andy. He bought us 2 aliens on for Jamie to get some hot lemon and honey for Miss Jamie.
I am not drinking iced tea. I am drinking apple and blackcurrant like squash. Like you mix it with water and you drink it.
That's like really healthy, and like that makes me want to put on a video to change the subject.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
This
told that the moon is a machine filled with computers. It watches, observes, downloads, uploads
LMH
to someone somewhere else in the universe. It has been used.
Can she like bake me some cookies?
You think she bakes cookies?
Yeah.
You know she bakes cookies.
Yeah.
I have talked with people who
You
have
guys.
Why does she look like a red shirt from Star Trek?
People who
She
work
does.
in CIA and
Like,
NSA.
is she gonna get shot first? Is that what it is? Is that
Okay, so but she's basically saying that not only is the moon a satellite, but that it's collecting information and it's for someone else, like sending information to somewhere or someone else. Look at how funny.
So, like,
Enzo said the same thing. Why is she wearing a Starfleet?
so?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Is she saying that the
That's
moon
scary.
is some kind of
Hey, Bobby.
like spying device? You know how in like the Truman
She's like-
Show they're in the moon,
Yeah, they had the camera.
so like kind of like that.
Or that's where the control center was, right?
Yeah, the control center where he's like
Yeah.
looking down as God and talks to Truman.
I
that
really
what
do
she's saying?
subscribe to that idea that the moon is a satellite.
Well,
Personally.
It is.
I'm
It is a
saying
satellite.
Well, not like a satellite, like, you know, like a satellite as in
an
watching
broadcast.
An
alien,
alien
an artificial satellite, not like
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
No one agrees?
No, it hasn't
and
come out
moon-
yet.
No, it hasn't yet. It's out soon though, and it looks interesting because it's basically what we're talking about.
Yes.
Mm.
Now
It's
I'm going to
Hollow
say
Moon
this,
and aliens.
and it's an unpopular opinion amongst our.
That's
our
okay to have.
people.
Do it.
I think most of these theories about the moon are bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well,
Do
have
tell,
I got a
mister.
theory for you? You remember that
Spill
one
the
I played
tea,
last
or
time?
should I say spill the water?
Spill the water. So the thing is, there's been the Lunar Reconnaissance
shit.
Orbiter that's been taking high resolution pictures of the moon for years. And there are weird things on the moon, like weird kind of, I don't want to say aberrations, but like weird things that happen with the cameras and everything when they're taking pictures of the moon. But I have sat with my telescope and stared at the moon several times for a very long time. And I really don't think it's like an alien base or it's hollow and if I'm wrong, cool. But I would bet my money that it's not.
So, okay, but what about like when NASA went and they landed their rover or whatever it is that they did, because I forgot the details, and that the moon rang like a bell. Like, that's so weird. So
When they
like, the moon is
crashed the
hollow?
thing into it. Well, that could depend on what the moon's actually made out of under the surface. Because there is the theory that the moon, part of the moon at least, is from an impact with Earth as Earth was forming. So all of that hot liquid, it could just have a really high iron count or other types of metals, and that could cause for the ringing if it's made of a lot of metal.
So then it's just a coincidence that it's in a tidal lock on Earth, so we only see one side of it at all times.
Not all planetary bodies spin. There's a lot.
I do.
So I have a moon video to share while we're on the subject.
Oh,
So
please do.
You remember when Jeremy was on and I said to play that video of the moon and it didn't have what I thought it had in it? So I found an example of it. And I still don't know what causes this, if it's a camera artifact or not, but lots of people have filmed this.
Oh, that.
Yeah. What is that?
Wait, what are we looking at?
Keep watching.
Oh, is it the rippliness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What,
It's a
what is that?
hologram.
What is that?
Okay. We all don't like Corey Goodyear. But a part of me believes that there is something fucking weird happening there, and I really wouldn't put it past anyone if they're doing something to project a hologram so that we don't see anything there. So even when Bottled Water goes out there with his telescope, he's still just going to see what the moon looks like here because it's all a mirage.
It could be some kind of 3-dimensional hologram.
Like, that's fucking weird.
It could also just be an artifact of the camera that's being used.
It could be that. I mean, it could also be like a heat ripple in the atmosphere.
Yeah. So So if you've never done it, if you go outside when the moon is out and you try to take a picture of it with your cell phone, it looks like a white blur. Even though you can see it perfectly fine, it looks like a white blur because cameras have a really hard time taking pictures of illuminated objects with no background light when that's the only object that's illuminated.
I mean, it is moving at the same time. Like it's actually, you can see it moving.
It's moving completely across the whole thing at once.
It's a very strange one. That one has plagued me for a couple of years now. Every time I see it or think about it, I'm like, what?
So this is interesting that Bobby says if you look to the top right edge of the moon at the start of the video, it tears a bit from bad frame rate or low PC RAM during render.
Interesting.
What we It would.
So what's the next video, Brie?
Lydia. Yeah.
Oh Lydia,
man.
Linda.
Yeah. This is an interesting topic. I feel like for some reason we're gonna have like deeper conversations with Bottle today.
Really look like. This is why they are always saying do not fear.
Oh yeah,
this is what angels really look
like. So it's like biblical. These are what angels look like, and why when they would pop up, they'd be like, "Do not fear," because they look fucking what?
Oh yes, so like
that's the wheel of Ezekiel.
Most celestial beings in the Bible, if you actually read it and read the description of them, they're all fucking terrifying. They are horrifying looking, and these are supposed to be the good guys. It's like, oh my god, yeah, that's probably a seraphim, because of all the wings and eyes, and they're all terrifying. Like I think the description of a seraphim in the Bible is they have 6 wings, 2 that cover their eyes, their face, and then they have what we would call normal angel wings, and then like 2 other wings that cover their lower portion of their body. And there's like eyes all over them. It's all freaky.
I'm going to say that they're all aliens.
Aliens.
I don't want to come across those aliens.
Is that like an original image from a description from the Bible? Because it looks kind of mirrored.
This one?
It does look mirrored, but it's close.
It's very interesting though. How all this like...
This one's
this divine weird. Imagery always has these fantastical creatures, and yet the world, a lot of the world seems to have run on this religion that has all this stuff in the background. It's like, don't ask about it. No, we don't ask. It's just God. It's like, no, these things are obviously real somewhere.
It's like this is what they look like if you actually read the text. Yet when it's printed or when they're made into some type of, statue or some type of figure, they're always like white people, like white flowing dresses. Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah. Well, could you imagine how terrifying it would be if there was a statue of that at a fucking church?
Right.
Ooh.
I mean,
that's why I'm just like, what? I mean, I don't really understand how now when people see aliens, they don't even look half as scary as that is. And then they're like, demons,
that image
demons!
Almost looks like when you look up in a church, or it could be like, you know how like everything's kind of mirrored in a church? It looks like it could almost be like a layout.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yep. Well, A lot of people don't know that the Book of Job actually describes a brontosaurus.
Oh, really?
Did not know that.
Yep. It talks about an animal with a tail like a cedar tree, which is a big.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Buckwild.
Nice.
Oh, and so did Josh and Artemis, actually. Why don't I don't get the notifications. I just see them on my email. Thank you, Josh and Artemis. Oh, and they said that they hope Jamie feels better. They bought us 5 aliens.
Wow,
nice.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. And so did Buck. Oh, it said someone. I'm imagining, well, I'm guessing that was Buck. Thank you, Buck. That's awesome. It doesn't tell me who it is. I don't know why. It just says
Weird.
someone. Someone bought you 5 coffees. Who knows? Maybe it's Linda. I have no idea.
Could be Linda. Or Lydia. I thought it was Lydia.
Jamie calls her Lydia because Jamie's the worst at names.
Yeah.
Like
that's why I'm Captain Schmokey today. Because Jamie just randomly, instead of saying spooky, said Schmokey. And I was like, okay, I'm Captain Schmokey today.
Yeah, she's not the best at names. It's hilarious. If your name's like Jimmy, she'll call you Johnny. So she just said Lydia. Like, that's not her name. Not even close. Okay, we have another thoughts.
If you close your eyes. Emotional, damn it.
Okay. So this is why that was like really fast and kind of in your face. But yeah, why do
these are all things that they survive.
Always joke about dying.
Why do millennials always joke about dying? Which, like, Jamie and I were always joking about that. So I saw this and I was but it's so true though. Like, what other generation has gone through all of these like end of the world shit is going down situations, you know?
I can't believe
we're still here.
I can't believe Y2K was 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of crazy.
I remember
23 years
ago
now.
Weird.
It was 99.
And I had no idea what was happening. I was like, I don't get it.
I know everybody was like, don't leave your computer plugged in, or like unplug your computer or something when 1999 turns into 2000.
Yeah, because they thought the clocks would like die basically, and we would have no idea what time it is or day, and it's just like
it's the way that the calendar and the way, I think it was the way that the ASCII code, like the underlying original code that everything was built off of for some reason,
only use the last 2 numbers.
Right. So once it goes to 00, it doesn't know what to do. It would freak out, and nuclear meltdowns would happen, and everyone would die. And David Wilcock made a big thing about it. I remember reading about that. But David Wilcock was one of the people that was like, "Yeah, Y2K," and nothing happened.
I remember like seeing computers that had stickers on them that were like Y2K compliant and all this other stuff, and I was like, "What's going on?" And now it just seems like a funny. Who the hell remembers Y2K? Like,
I just remember being very confused and like, I don't get it. How are we not going to be able to tell the time? Like, someone could be writing it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a big deal. And then when we made it past, everyone was like, "It's the millennium.
We did it.
Or
maybe the world ended.
I'll tell you what, it probably made Bill Gates a lot of money.
Dial up.
Oh, definitely. Because everybody had to buy the new Windows, right?
Yeah, everybody had to buy the new Windows Millennium or whatever it was. And it's like, oh, you have to buy the new Windows or your computer's going to turn into a rock. And people ate that shit up.
Yep.
That's really embarrassing to think about now.
It is. It really is.
I'm not into it. I saw this video and I could not get over this. I thought this was amazing.
I saw this.
I feel like he blew up everywhere, and I was just like, yes, like this is amazing. Look at him. What?
Who taught the orangutan to drive a golf cart?
I don't
maybe
know,
he
but
taught himself.
Oh, you're smart.
That's
Smithy.
crazy.
But he's definitely doing it like a G.
Yeah, he's got some skills going on.
You know what's so funny? When I was younger, I crashed my grandpa's golf cart. Actually, I didn't even crash it. I went up the side of the curb, and I was really little. And ever since that one time, now it's just a joke. So every single Easter, like no one ever lets me live it down. It's always like, oh, well, that one time when Brianna crashed the golf cart. So now every time I see a golf cart, I just think of the trauma that's coming with everyone that tells me I can't drive because I crashed a golf cart.
You know,
I was like,
I'm
damn,
gonna
look
send
at this
you a golf cart now.
orangutan. This orangutan making it look easy.
He's got his arm up on the roof.
I know.
Yeah,
He's
like,
one hand
chilling
in
out.
it.
I wish I
like,
had
oh,
a
hey.
yard duty that was an orangutan. That would be so much better.
Look at that tiger.
like
He's
as
just
a
like,
kid.
that fucking monkey's driving a
I
car.
know.
What?
He
Are you
wants
kidding?
to be free. Aww. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Funny,
That's
'cause
crazy.
that's road. That's road.
That's so
I bet
funny.
it's a big road.
Imagine going to that zoo and like the orangutans like drive you around the zoo. Like, would you get into a golf cart with an orangutan?
Absolutely. We're both like, yes. I would pay money.
I mean,
to
they
sit
may
in
not
the
like
golf
me.
cart.
They may rip me limb from limb. But
Yeah.
at least then the story of my life was ripped limb from limb by a monkey on a golf cart. Like, and nothing
That
much can
sounds
beat
like
that.
a gravestone worth the
Right?
extra change to like engrave that in some deep gold.
Died as I lived, monkeying around.
Yeah, you definitely have to put worth it.
Be like, hashtag worth it.
Right?
Oh my god. This is a hold on, I'm gonna pause this. So the other day we watched a video of a baby that we couldn't really tell if it was an actual weird poltergeist thing, but this video, I don't know. So like the rocking chair in the background.
Oh.
Baby sits up like, what the fuck's going on? Nothing else is moving.
Okay.
And like the dad is like, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Reaction is legit. Like,
yeah.
I
just
have
staring
a daughter
at the rocking chair. It's not like it's an earthquake. There's nothing else moving in the room. Everything else is very still. Baby's just staring at that rocking chair.
I mean, nothing else. I mean, a rocking chair is on a thing, so it will rock very easily. So it could be a light earthquake, and the kid's like, "Oh, it's shaking a little bit, but not enough." I mean,
but the camera is clearly mounted.
Yeah.
So the camera would be moving if it was enough to make a rocking chair do that. The camera would be moving too.
That poor baby is like sitting up like, what the fuck is going on?
Like the reaction's real, but I don't know to what. Whether like because the dad's reacting too.
Yeah, the dad's like, come here.
Now they're saying, oh, the dad saw it on the baby monitor, but if in the case of an earthquake, that's also what a parent would do. So
could have been his dead granny. That's a good point. Could have been his dead granny.
That's on my I want to know more.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Just the reaction. Yeah. There was nothing else moving. Baby's obviously staring just at the chair. There's nothing else. It's not like the baby's like looking around like what's going on to the room. There's an earthquake. It was like just
the
right
chair.
There.
Right. So shout out to Texas Ghost Hunters on TikTok for sharing that one. That's an interesting one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, see, and I'm surprised because, like I say, sometimes it's hard for me when I see these paranormal videos because sometimes they're easily faked. Right. But that one, I felt like
all of the reaction from the two people very legit.
Yeah, that was and I've seen like ghost videos where trim will like come off the wall and it's like bouncing against the wall, and you can clearly tell that it's connected to like fishing wire or fishing line or something, and they're just somebody's off
whack,
like pulling it, and it's like bouncing around. It's like, yeah, that's total bullshit. But when I see
is
stuff
whack.
like that, I'm like,
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, smash that like button.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Thank you. Thumbs up for
Thumbs
butt
up.
stuff.
Smash
Where
the like
thumbs
button.
belong.
Up.
Oh.
Anyway. My computer just froze trying to add another video to take over that sound right there. This is really amazing footage.
Really amazing. I mean, earth-shattering. The whole paradigm has changed. Nothing will ever be the same.
I agree. I totally agree. Oh my God. That's amazing. Andy, being way too rough.
Right? Look at that. How could he? So rude.
Well, he said it so I don't have to.
These ones are always
a pyramid there?
No, that's like a mountain peak or something.
Okay.
Hey, we're here to air it all out, Enzo. You know that. What'd you say?
It's the second season of Dark Skies.
Oh, shit.
You never heard of Dark Skies?
The movie?
No, there's a show.
The show in the mid-90s by Bryce Sable, which was like set in the 50s about the UFO cover-up, but it was all based on like real files. I was just making it. But they never had a second season. That's why I was making that.
Oh, but there was a movie.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if that was connected.
Wasn't that the abduction one?
No, that's Fire in the Sky.
No.
Was there a movie?
No, I think I know what you mean. It's unconnected, but
and I saw it like on Netflix or something, and it's an abduction one, and it's like.
Is that the one where the little kid's like eyes disappear out of his head?
Yes.
Yeah, that movie's creepy.
Yeah, that's like the kind of abduction that Dark Skies. Yeah.
I'm just looking it up. It looks actually pretty.
Yeah, it is.
It's not connected to what I was talking about, but.
Oh, okay. That one.
Yeah.
There's some of those UFO alien movies out there really bug me when they're that scary because of course there's obviously a scary part of the phenomena, but they really, really bank on that. Like they just blow that shit way out of proportion. Like no, aliens aren't gonna rip your eyeballs out. So far, knock on wood.
What about the one with Mia Jovovich?
Oh, the Fourth Kind.
Fourth Kind, yeah, that movie.
That movie was strange. I didn't like it to begin with, but then I noticed like under the surface of that movie, there's a subtext of they've kind of done a bit of homework because they put owls and stuff in. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they are paying attention to what the phenomenon and weird stuff, high strangeness, as people would say. But the movie itself was just, but the undercurrent to it was very like on point, I thought.
Yeah.
No, Willie, you're supposed to join the chat. I was hoping to make it 10 more minutes and then ask you to jump on.
Yeah, we're gonna open this up after a couple more videos if anyone wants to come on and help debunk or prove.
I don't want Willie to go to bed. Don't be hitting the hay. Can you make it like if I drop the link, will you jump on right now?
Should we open it up now? 49 minutes?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
But listen, I say it. Do you have the link or do I? We both do. The Fourth
You can
Kind,
share it in there.
like Jamie and I both, that movie was not cool. Like
that movie
was weird.
Yes, we can. If you could handle Drunk Goat last week, I can handle Drunk Willie. That's for fucking
we can handle it.
Yeah, for sure. But that movie fucked up Jamie and it also fucked up me big time.
I remember seeing it about 17 years old and it being very like this is a weird film.
When I saw the movie, I swear on my life, you guys, I did not leave my house for solid 2 days. would not leave my house.
Yeah.
I was beyond paranoid, like beyond, like it fucked me up. And it was like obviously like hitting somewhere like deeper in me that had that type of traumatic connection already.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it really was not cool. And then when I did leave my house and I was driving at night, I was seriously driving like my head like at the steering wheel. Like I could have crashed at any moment. I was just like this, like keeping an eye on the sky. And then it came out that the whole thing was fake. And they got busted for it. They had lawsuits because they tried to make it seem like it was a real,
yeah.
All of the footage was real, and then it wasn't. I was like, fuck. Yeah. It got me for nothing.
That's how they do it. I had a similar movie like that. It was Final Destination 2. I watched it when I was like 12 years old, and I had like an existential crisis for the next like 3 years about like crossing the street and, you know, looking over my shoulder for death. It was not a fun time. That movie fucked me up as a child. Like, no.
Final Destination?
Yeah, it was the scene with the logs on the highway.
Oh yeah, on the highway.
Like, just messed me up. And I deliberately like stayed away from the franchise after that until like years later I caught the third one and then saw the subway scene at the end and I'm like, oh, why am I doing this to myself? Like, Ghost Ship is another one that did that to me. You ever see
all those types of scary horror movies? I can watch those and I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm usually like on my phone most of the time. I'm like, yeah, okay. So
now I don't get bothered by them, but back in like,
oh shit,
probably between the age of like 12 and 15, I was really into horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And this was years ago now, but like I watched and I was obsessed with so many horror movies, and now I don't really get bothered by them. But I used to watch them, but I'd get freaked out. But I loved getting freaked out by watching them.
Yeah.
Communion, yes, spooky, yes, right. Spooky Morales, Communion. That one fucked me up too.
There can be only one.
Yeah. The book cover did it for me. That was another thing. It really did take me a while to come to terms with a lot of experiences that I had, because I'm like, a part of me feels like I really am a skeptic at like my heart and soul of things. So I always, anytime something came up, I was the first person to like try to debunk myself or like my experiences. And then things like Communion and those kinds of just the imagery, the face of the alien, my emotional reaction was just so strong in the way that it terrified the shit out of me. And it felt so familiar that I was just like, what am I battling with here? This is weird. And I know that happened to a lot of people. A lot of people have the same kind of reaction. And it's weird because there's not like anything super scary about it. Like now I look at it and I'm just like, all right, it's like some tan slimy bro, you know, nothing too weird. But at the time.
Well, the alien,
the mummy,
the alien abduction one in VHS 2.
I didn't see those movies. I saw that was like after I stopped watching them, but I remember seeing trailers for them. They looked interesting.
Wait, that's the one that was like the family, right? Like it made it look like they're a family out in the woods.
Yeah, they're kind of like they're having a sleepover or something. The kids are and the parents aren't there. And then like these aliens show up and start abducting people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like a 15-minute segment. Yeah, they're kids.
Is that the one where at the end like one of the boys' bodies like lifted up and he's like disgustingly probed?
No, that's the one where the dog has a camera attached to it, and like the dog gets sort of pulled up into the air and then dropped, and it falls all the way to the ground.
That's awful.
Did you guys ever see the McPherson's tape from the 90s?
I think that's what I was talking about. That one.
So it was like a family in a house, and they're all getting nosebleeds and shit, and they're being terrorized by something outside, and it basically ends with they all pass out, and then the person holding the camera passes out, and then an alien being walks in and does that at the camera, and then it fades out. It's about an hour and a half movie. I'm trying to find it. I haven't seen it in years. I found a review of it, but There is.
Any movie that has a dog, I'm not into. Like, don't always have to show the poor dog getting hurt.
Right?
That's fucked up. I'm really not into that. There's so many awful, like, alien movies out there. It's about time they make a cool one.
I know, right?
Hey, Anthony. Good to see you.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna play this video for you guys. It's interesting.
Wait, what the? Where we go?
I'm turning this down. So they're saying that there's like a UFO right here. That's what we're looking at.
A hawk doesn't turn orange. What is that? Dude, I can't get on my camera. What is this, dude? Wait, look. What? Oh, dude, they see it, dude. They see it. What?
And then that there's like military jets.
What is this?
I'm muting them.
Huh? So where are these jets? Because that was like randomly cut in and then he cut away again.
Oh.
Like there was 4 jets, but like what?
Yeah, it was like 4 jets flying in formation.
Yeah. Here we go.
You're telling me that that's not real.
I think it's cleverly edited. It's got me thinking.
Really?
Look at how it cuts to the jets. It's really random cut.
Who is
Oh, oh, and then 1 second of that, and then here's the thing: if we turn the audio back on, you have to unmute it.
Oh, okay.
So
I always get so annoyed with their overly yelling here.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, oh my god! Oh.
So, do you hear any jets in that video?
No.
No.
But it sounds like wind.
If there were 4 jets that close, you'd hear them. You'd absolutely hear them because they can't fly over the speed of. They can't fly faster than sound over land because the sonic boom can break houses' windows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's laws about breaking the sound barrier over land, and I don't think I'm gonna say that that's fake. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one to say that's fake. I don't believe that's real, just based on the fact that you can't hear any of the jets when they're that close.
Yeah, the silhouettes of those jets look like F-22s as well. Yeah, which are extremely loud.
They are very, very loud. I also think.
Andy, can you be patient? He's like, move along.
That is not a fucking bird. Dude, a hawk doesn't turn orange. What is that? I can't get on my camera. What is this?
Right?
Wait, look. What?
Oh, someone's here. It's Andy.
Yeah, you would definitely hear them that close. Those are F-22s.
Actually, to be honest with you guys, this could not.
Oh, hang on. I need to mute. There we go.
Yes, you do, babes.
It's all right. Hello there.
Welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Tony.
How's it going?
Yeah, good man. Your beard's longer.
Actually,
since we last met.
Since we last met.
What's up, Anthony?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How we doing, everybody?
Hey.
Yeah, doing good.
Hey, how you doing?
Happy New Year.
How you doing?
So I just want to tell you guys, though, on TikTok, it could actually not be the real audio. So on TikTok, you can upload any video and you can mute it and then put any sound you want. So it could be that they uploaded the video, but then they use someone else's audio just to be like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I mean, those jets appeared for like a second. You would have thought, because of the position of the UFO, the jets would have got to it at that point in the camera.
Absolutely.
It's fake. It's fake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Absolutely.
I think it's.
I wanted to believe it. But
yeah, I always want to believe, man.
Quite a bit of the stuff on TikTok is fake.
Yeah. For clickbait, really, just get people to.
But they do a good job with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's good. It's interesting
to watch. That's why sometimes I like to share the videos because a lot of people think it's real, and so usually the ones that I think are really bad are the ones that I like to show, so that like. I'm not going to say like the smart people, but the more like Spooky said it really great earlier today, which is that this community isn't just a believe all, believe everything. Like, we actually are pretty informed, and we do try our best, and especially now, to try to fact check things.
Due
so
diligence.
I do like, exactly. So I think it's nice for us to share those videos when you have a group of people out there that believe them. We're not like the real believers, most likely aren't the ones to believe
on
things
Twitter.
like that. Yeah.
People just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
So what's next on the video, Bree?
Oh.
What have we got next?
More? What else you want?
Sir, can you give me some more?
Can I have some more? I think this one's a thought video.
I can't be doing any thinking.
So you still don't think it's a simulation? Why do ashes turn white on black pants, but black on white pants?
He's got too much time on his hand.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
It's a thought.
Fair enough.
That's gonna fester.
What's the answer, Andy? What's the answer?
It depends on the color of the trousers, right?
Well, I mean, if you rub ashes in on any color, they're going to turn black.
But
if you had white trousers,
white.
But if you wear black trousers and you wipe it, it turns white.
See, we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
We're thinking.
Well, because the trousers are blacker than the ash, maybe. I don't know.
Black
is not a color, is it? Either.
But to do this experiment, you would have to use the same ash from the same fire on both colored pants to see.
Yeah.
You're saying that fire burns different?
Yeah.
And then we have to pour bottled water on it to clean it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Just kidding, buddy. Love you, buddy. Just kidding.
I don't know. I love those thought videos because I'm like, wait, what? They have a good point.
That got me for a second. I was like, what?
Oh yeah,
I don't know what
shower
this one
thought
is.
videos.
Right.
What is this one? We don't know. Oh no, we saw this. Don't look at it. We debunked it.
I'm looking
Did
away.
you see the one with the flying broom? The guy's driving his truck and there's like a flying broom in front of him.
What?
I think I saw that.
That was
It's
wild.
to the side of him, is it, or in front?
Yeah.
I think to the side. I think. Oh God.
All right, then you have to get me that video and play it. What do you think?
No. I want to believe this one. But
I would love to believe that one.
I want to believe this one, but
calling
it's
CGI.
Thing is, we complain because all the UFO videos we see are blurry and stuff. And as soon as we see one like this,
fake.
It's fucking fake.
It's fake. Bloody fake.
For the movement, it's motion blurred. Nothing else is motion blurred, but
it
the
would
UFO is
make
motion
national news immediately if something like that was seen. You know.
Yeah.
That being said, that video is a very cool concept for what a TR3B could look like.
If they were real.
What?
Oh, I think they're real. I think
I've seen them bottled water. I've seen
I've
two.
Seen them,
so
you saw two UFOs.
Wait, you don't think that a
V formation of
is
5
real?
I don't think the government is in possession.
Tony doesn't believe that, do you?
This is how I feel when
the other Tony, sorry, bottled water.
It's not. That's how I feel.
Can we play that again, please?
Wait, you're telling me that the TR3B is real?
Yes, because if we had that technology, we would have used it in combat already.
How do you know we don't?
But I've heard reports that we do. Like I heard reports from the Gulf War that soldiers reported seeing triangle craft over the oil fields.
Yep.
Yes, they reported seeing UFOs.
Triangular.
We would not be spending $1 trillion on the shitty F-35 program if we could build even 10 of those.
But how do you know we're using it for terrestrial work? You know,
are we going to get into the secret space program?
I don't believe in secret space
I'm a
at all.
believer.
But you know, if we created something to go elsewhere.
Ow! That was
I just feel like Bottle's really fucking with us right now. So I feel like this is how we feel. We're like, wait, what? What are you talking about, Bottle?
Geez.
Tony, please elaborate.
I saw something on Twitter today, and I know it was a screenshot from one of the Gaia UFO programs where like this guy's talking about his UFO experience where at the age of 17 he was recruited by the Secret Space Force and joined the Secret Space Marines to go on the secret space aircraft spaceships to fly to Mars to fight underground aliens for 20 years.
Randy Kramer.
Randy Kramer. The bald guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You believe that?
Me and Spooky know our secret space program.
No.
Oh yeah, me neither.
If anybody believes that, I'm a fucking Chinese fighter pilot.
Hey, you better.
Some
stop
people
that
would
right
believe
now.
that, Tony.
I know some people do believe that.
You better stop that right now, Tony. We're not doing that.
Oh, okay.
That was jumping into 2022.
I see that. That's painful. Oh, no teeth left, man.
That guy just snorted his teeth.
Well, at least he's wearing his mask, so we can't see how fucked up his face is.
Oh my god!
I don't know why I find those funny, but they're just so funny.
Guy's gonna be shitting out molars for a week.
Right?
Oh, jeez.
Listen, I don't know.
That's
I hope
frame.
Yeah. We don't have to believe in the secret space program that it's, been told to us by these charlatans.
I don't believe that they're fighting aliens and all that, but it's very possible that we do have a technology that could take us off world.
Come on, everybody knows that under the Denver airport, there's a secret group of Marines that fight the reptilians.
Hey.
Yeah, I've heard that story a few times.
Yeah. And I have a secret room filled with gold bars.
I knew it.
Where's that at?
He looks like a stripper right here. He's moving it
Not
around.
a very good one.
Not a very good one.
I would pay to see that for show.
He does the short pole dance.
The show. The short pole.
I hope that guy's not in America because there's no way his dental plan's paying for eating a concrete pole.
That looked like the UK, actually. I recognize those bollards.
Yeah.
And so does
who hacked us?
That's gotta be Jamie.
Someone hacked us, and I'd like to block this user. Oh no, that's not gonna work. This bitch. Go to sleep if you're sick.
Right?
Who's sick, Jamie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Why is she? What's sick? She just overdone it.
I'm not sure. I think it's food poisoning. But
bad seafood.
Yeah, bad food probably.
Not weed
I
poisoning.
hope she feels better.
I take weed poisoning any day of the week.
Something is always touching you.
Huh? I wish.
Did you just say I wish?
I mean, no.
Yeah.
There's a way out of that one. If I take off all my clothes and jump in the middle of the air, other than air, there is nothing touching me.
It can't see my nose.
Man.
No, it can't see my nose. It kind of slants one way or the other. I can't remember which.
Small cheese.
Yeah, it's what Jamie had.
Ooh.
Can anyone touch their nose with their tongue?
No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then.
Negatory.
Can I do it just me? That's
Oh,
spooky.
Yeah. Oh wow.
How do I do it just me? I have no idea how to do this. I don't think I can.
Oh. No, I think you can. You can. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
You need to do the
There you
tip
go.
of your nose.
The tip? That was the
I
tip.
can't do
I
the
have a
tip
small
on my
nose.
but-
Okay.
I can fold my tongue. I don't know anyone else that can do that.
Ouchie.
Without using their teeth.
Wow. Oh, I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, that's
shit. I'll swallow my tongue if I try that.
Man dies from swallowing his own tongue.
I know.
Live on a podcast.
Oh my god, might have. It's gonna happen. But the one that gets me is always the that one.
Where's
Touching
an
your tongue
identifier?
Trying to lick your elbow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can you? No, I can't do that either.
No, it's too far away.
Yeah.
I wish I had more funny videos for you guys.
Did we lose Anthony?
I think so.
Yeah, unidentified's gone.
Okay, so this one's really not going to make sense if Tony doesn't even believe in the secret space program.
What would you say if you read that? Like, hey, they've been slave trading us to other planets for technology. What would you?
I would believe it real quick.
Would you? What would you do to sound like? Would you be able to handle that type of information?
Handle that type of information?
Like, what? I don't get it. Like, I don't.
No, I don't think anybody can, to be honest. But
I would definitely, like you said, just be truly disappointed in the government, but I would not be shocked. I wouldn't.
Which slave trade is he talking about?
Because it's like, hey, we know.
And if we're doing it, then you got to start thinking about the other governments. You can't just look at it as like a
one country type thing.
Yeah, because if they're coming to us, they're clearly going like, Great Wall of China you can see from space. So obviously they're hitting up the Chinese.
You actually can't see the Great Wall of China from
He
space.
had me until the end there.
Really? What?
So, because we can allegedly see the Great Wall of China from space, that means that aliens must be hitting China up for slaves, for technology.
I'll be right back in 30.
I think slaves for Nike to make trainers or something.
Yeah, dude. Maybe they need some Air Jordans or.
You know what really blew me away? Did you guys see that missing 411 yet?
Yes, I've seen all of those.
I that's on Amazon, right?
You could get it on Amazon, Hulu.
Right. I have it on my watch list. I haven't got around to it yet. Is it good? Is it like what?
It's very interesting. I would love to know where a lot of these people end up. Like 1 minute they're on the mountain in one spot, and then all of a sudden, a parent or something to turn around and they're completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild, and I mean without a trace.
Yeah, I heard there was sort of portals and things like that. Apparently, in Alaska, especially, I think.
Well, I think in one of them they overlay the missing persons with the known cave systems.
Okay.
The national parks, and it's like completely the same.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that graphic too. Yeah.
But how many a year disappear? I thought I heard it was thousands, but I might.
It was in the thousands.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the guy who does the guy who does Missing 411? It's David
Pilates.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
He's made a few of them actually. I think there's a few.
He used to be a cop in San Jose. That's where I'm at.
Right.
I'm baffled by those movies, honestly.
All in national parks too, by the way, which was odd.
But that's half of the conspiracy of it. Are they designated national parks because this is a strange area and there are portals, or is it that we also know that there are, I don't know, maybe there's like Bigfoot out there, or these feral people? That's also another conspiracy, or like these feral people that are out there.
Like the hills have eyes.
Yeah. And at least that's what happened in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of stuff going around about that. Or is it a spot where people are being taken for the secret space program? And because of that, listen, it sounds wild, but also
it does sound wild, but it could be true. You never know.
It could very much be true.
Yeah,
and a lot of the people that were
back
taken were
as
highest
children.
percentages of German. Why is that?
Yeah, clearly they're recruiting 7-year-olds for the secret space program from state parks, and then they spend 40 years fighting aliens on Mars's moon Phobos, and then they come back.
Answer this one, bottled water.
They do a year first making Air Jordans, and then they go off.
They do have to do that.
Help me out with this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Hold on, go ahead, Spooky.
when they take the kids and they do the, say, a 20 and back, and they age regress them and put them back in time. So while they're living out their normal life, is it another timeline that they're living out, or is it a universe where there are two versions of you, one living out a normal life and another out in space? And could you ever meet yourself?
Well, I hope.
How does it work?
Well, I hope the one that's in space is having a better time than I am.
Right.
You just blew my mind, Spooky.
Yeah, like they didn't explain how these things work. They just say, "Oh, it was age regress and time traveled back," but that poses a lot of paradoxical problems when you start doing time travel.
It does. And when you time travel back, do you lose all your memories?
Right.
And like, so
does
you
it undo everything?
Yeah. Do you become like a genius at school, and because you're like a 7-year-old that has the knowledge of somebody who's 40, and then you're like building microchips in shop class or some shit like that? Like, what do you?
I actually read documents. I don't know if they were real or what, but some documents actually claim that you can only travel forward in time.
Yeah,
there's no way for us to travel back in time.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So
well, it's like reversing entropy. You know, in Tenet, how they do travel back in time, but it's by actually reversing the flow of time for the like the reverse entropy of an object.
Okay.
So by going in a device that reverses the character's entropy, he can now he's doing all this stuff, but he's moving backwards through time. I still don't understand that movie very much, but it's interesting to think about how you could theoretically travel back in time without it being like a quote-unquote time machine kind of thing. Instead of it being like you go from A to B, it's like you have to travel at the same rate of time.
But A to B would still be time travel, because A to B, if we're puncturing that hole through space-time, technically at the point of A to B, if it's linear, that's the time itself. So if we're folding that, we're puncturing through, then we are technically traveling faster.
Well, I guess
than
that's
time.
a different.
So that would be time travel.
Thing to entropy.
But then again,
that would be like a wormhole punching through.
But that would
from
still be
one
time
to
travel. Because
that's how we perceive it, because we perceive everything in 3 dimensions.
Speed of time.
Space.
Yeah.
We as humans perceive everything in 3 dimensions. How do you know other beings don't perceive things in 5 or 6 dimensions?
Yeah.
We can only see in 3D. We don't know if another species can see in 4D or 5D or 6D. To us, that we can't even fathom that, but to another species, they can't fathom 3D. So they may have at 5D or 6D, they may perceive it in a whole different way, like interdimensional travel. Could be 6-dimensional travel.
Right.
Yep.
I am a firm believer that time's already happened.
They might even be able to see 5G.
Well, they're rolling it out this week, so.
But if that is the case, then maybe they don't see us. You know, they don't actually. If they're in a different dimension.
Well, if they see in a different dimension, same thing with us. We may not see them, and they could be right in front of us. It's just they're in a 6th dimension, and we can't even see them or interact with them.
Yeah,
but they're here,
reminds
right
me
next to us.
Did any of you see WandaVision?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So at the end of WandaVision, when Spectrum gets her powers in the separation thing, and she comes out into Westview, and she can see the whole electromagnetic spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
That's an example of seeing more than what we can physically see in this third dimension.
Correct.
Sure.
So I thought that was a very good way to visualize what an extra dimensional perception would look like.
Yeah.
Aren't there birds that can see the electromagnetic field?
I think they
have like
follow it.
They sense them more than see them. But yeah.
I want to say there's an animal that can see it. It's probably the
dogs,
octopus.
cats, dogs, or something as well. Some of the animals.
Yeah, I think some felines can also.
Yeah.
Well, just like when a dog or a cat, you know, a dog barks at the wall for no reason, and you're like, "What the hell is the dog doing barking at the wall?"
Yeah.
He could be sensing an entity or another presence that we can't
for sure
feel.
Yeah.
But they have that extra that extra sensory perception that allows them to do that. Same thing with another intelligence from elsewhere. Can have that, and we don't. So, like they say, telepathy, for example, they speak into, they could communicate telepathically.
Right.
Well, I mean, they think ghosts. Some people are suggesting ghosts are basically, interdimensional beings as well, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
There's a hypothesis for everything, but who knows if it's true or not.
As long
there would have to be some real studies done about the ghost phenomenon, like hauntings, and like actually go to these places and do real scientific work with real scientific sensors, other than somebody going into a house with a $100 camcorder and going,
I'm running around
hear
screaming.
that?
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosts, last time I was on with Bree and Jamie, we were talking about the ghost experience I had at my grandmother's house. Remember?
Yeah, that shit freaking fucked me up. I was like, what?
And Bree and Jamie had asked me to go back and talk to my parents to see if they had any experiences. So I did that. And my father came back with like the sickest story.
No. Oh my gosh, please tell.
My uncle Ben, he was a producer. He a lot of famous musicians, got an Emmy award. I'm sorry, got the music award. What do you call that? The
Grammy.
A Grammy, right?
Ah.
Anyway, they were at his house, and both his parents, he was adopted. Both his parents had died, and he had the urns on top of the fireplace of his mom and his dad. And this is a guy that we grew up with from kids. We called him uncle. He was very close to the family. But my dad didn't know that his parents had passed. So they're getting back from doing a big show, and my dad they came back all the way from Albany, and they ended up sleeping at Ben's house. So it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. My father said he had come downstairs to the kitchen. He opens the refrigerator to get a drink. He's pouring a drink, and there's a woman standing behind him. And he's like, "Oh, hi, good morning. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't wake you." And the lady waved and walked into another. My hair. The lady waved and walked into another room.
What?
And my dad took his drink, went back up, and the next morning Ben comes down. They're all sitting down having coffee, and he tells Ben, "I'm really sorry. I either woke up your mom or your aunt." So Ben tells my father, "It's only me, you, and Gregory in the house. There's no women in the house." So my father says, "Well, there was a lady here in her 40s that came down." I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't. If I was being too loud in the kitchen, I need to wake you up." So now they're having coffee, and Ben goes, "Come into the den," and he's showing my father the picture of his mom and dad, and my father goes, "That woman there, who's she?" And he goes, "That's my mother. She died when she was 44. My father goes, "That's the woman that waved to me and walked into the other kitchen when I said, 'I'm sorry, I woke you.'"
You gave me the chillies. You gave me the chills.
My dad had that experience, and then my mother in Brooklyn, where we used to live, is Greenwood Cemetery. It's like one of the most famous cemeteries in Brooklyn. It's gigantic. A lot of famous people buried there. When my mom was a teenager, she used to work at the McDonald's that was over there. And then, she used to ride her bicycle back, she said, a couple blocks to the house. So she's riding past Greenwood Cemetery, which is like, I don't know, 7-8 miles long. And it's all cast iron picket fence the whole way down, like 8 feet high. And I think she said it was really late, maybe midnight. She was driving home a little after midnight. And she's riding her bike down the path past the cemetery. And she sees 2 men walking down the sidewalk. So she moves into the street, and she watched the 2 of them walk right through the fence into the cemetery.
That's awesome.
Jesus.
Right through the cast iron fencing, right through the cemetery. So both my parents had those experiences, and then me with mine. So yeah, it did run in the family. We all did see something.
Has anyone else seen ghosts? Spooky?
What's that?
That's spooky. Has anyone else seen ghosts at all?
I've had experiences of I guess spirits, having visitations and stuff. When I grew up, there was an apartment that we lived in next to a cemetery, and my mother had multiple experiences of seeing, like,
what is that noise?
I hear that too.
I think it's Michael.
Sorry.
Michael.
Oh.
Cool.
So there was this little girl in kind of late 1800s pajama, like night clothes.
Oh yeah.
And she'd be holding a teddy bear, crying, like screaming, and then walk into the fireplace and disappear.
Ooh,
and we only lived there for about 6 months, but like I remember being like 7 or 8 years old and being woken up by my mum screaming absolute bloody murder about it, just being like, "Oh my god!" Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was, and we didn't none of us liked living there because it was opposite a graveyard that was really creepy.
6
So it
months
was my
seems too
grandmother's
long.
house.
Yeah, it was over a winter as well, so it was cold and
windy,
yeah, it was
rattling windows.
Isn't it one of these like little villages way out in the sticks? And
yeah,
it was a very very old graveyard. It was like a 600-year-old graves and stuff. It was
Speaking of interesting,
I've never had a sighting, but I've
Michael,
had
you there?
weird paranormal experiences.
Yeah, I just seen the link. I just wanted to see if it would let me in. I was very surprised.
Well, hello there.
Well, welcome.
We're not always full of shit around here.
There you go.
So, I don't know if
nice
you saw,
to see
Bree.
you.
Aren't we? I know I am.
Was that you that put a link in the chat, or was it Jamie?
I put a link because this link, I don't know if we can watch it. I'm unsure because I feel like I'm being copyrighted left and right these days.
Shit.
But it is a scientific group, and I feel like it's quantum gravity research.
Well, that's
Every video of theirs has me like mind blown. But
well, we can fair use and to say before we play it, this is fair use. We're going to commentate on it for the education of the audience. Like, I just said it. Now we can do it.
That solves
that. Thank you. But the thing is that this video is 30 minutes long.
Holy
We're not doing that. No. So
Yeah.
I dropped it so that if anyone wants to click it and then like a save, watch for laters or something like that.
I'll definitely save that.
Sounds
for later.
very interesting.
Yeah, it is. They are doing incredible science, and I feel like they can really articulate the idea of like time has already happened. Like time is now kind of thing. It's already happened, and the way that we see it now is the same way as like a film. When you like pull out a film and you see frame by frame, like that's how we experience it. But in the overall general reality, everything has already happened. And so if that's the case,
just
then
one
we
long
can
mathematical
for
equation.
sure time travel.
So like we're on an endless loop type thing?
I mean, I hope it's on a loop. That's fucking...
I don't want to come back
it's just
to
expansion
when I
and
was
contraction,
23.
So, you know,
I like to think that there is a way out.
Yes, please.
Don't let us be like
I'm
Groundhog
actually in
Day
the
every day.
middle of talking to the guy Todd Standing. You guys familiar with Todd Standing?
I know the name.
The Bigfoot researcher. He took the photos of the really clear
Oh.
Bigfoots, Jake and the female Sasquatch.
Is he really the old guy?
Yes.
See if you can pull it up. Todd Todd Standing, like he's standing up. He should pop right up. He's like one of the biggest Bigfoot researchers in the world.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, him and I are talking. I'm trying to get him on for March 1st.
That would be dope.
You
In
gotta
the
see the
meantime-
pictures of Bigfoot this guy got.
Oh yeah, I would love to. Oh, please tell me that's not real.
I recognize
I cannot with that face.
He swears it is.
He's suing Canada for ignoring his Sasquatch proof. Okay.
That is some Michael.
You gotta ask him
Horn
about
stuff.
that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, this guy's no joke.
Yeah.
He looks like
suing the
Bigfoot.
BC government.
He
To be
does
fair,
look like
I saw
Bigfoot.
a Sasquatch in BC myself.
What's that?
So I saw a Sasquatch myself in BC. So I believe.
No way! Did you really?
Yeah.
Shit, I was asking about ghosts. Move along.
I know.
So I lived like on a mobile home park up on it was just below a mountain called Scout Mountain, and there was forest trails all around like the back. We had like a yard that we shared with the house next to us, and then there was just forest. So me and my ex were like walking with a friend as well. It was three of us. We were walking along the trail, and then we stop, and we were like just smoking weed and just chilling out in the forest because it was like middle of summer, and it was like really really nice. And then out of nowhere, like this like tall blonde Sasquatch looking thing, just like 7 feet tall or so, just like pops up.
Come on.
And it just stood there like, and we were just went,
Wait.
what? Nope. And
I
just
would
fucking
have
walked,
shit my
but, like,
pants.
we
Was
did.
it
We
a-
all shouted. It was
A white
fucking
one?
nuts.
Was it a white
Like a
one?
blonde,
You say?
yeah, like a blonde Sasquatch.
Oh
And
my god.
It
Like
was.
the
It
Yeti?
was like. No,
Yeah,
it was
Yeti.
like the classic Sasquatch like wild man, but all blonde. Like it was
Yeah, they
just,
say
like,
they're blonde
blondie,
or black
blondie
or red
brown
or
hair.
brown.
Like
There's multiple colored
it
ones.
was. I don't think I've ever run so fast in my life.
Which countries was this? Sorry,
I was in British Columbia in Canada.
Canada. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the guy Todd's from.
I was like,
The
when we
reason
were
I
like
asked
out in the
Bigfoot-
sticks, like we were 2 hours away from like the nearest like big city. So like that forest, it wasn't like a little bit of forest and then more houses and more suburbia. That forest went on to the Arctic Circle.
Oh yeah,
There was
it goes to the
1,000
middle
miles
of
of
nowhere.
forest in there.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Like
Wow.
that's what made me seriously like start looking at is it Mountain Beast Mysteries on YouTube? I started watching him
One
after
of
that
them, yeah.
experience. Yeah. And I was like, okay, there's now I've seen one. There's something to it. I know.
did
there's
you see
something
the
to it.
face very clearly?
Yeah, well,
or
it was
not?
it was kind of sunken into the hair.
Okay,
But you could see the eyes and a bit of the nose like poking out.
Yeah.
But
Human
everything else
looking?
was just like, well, humanoid looking.
I mean, the
Like,
face wise.
Kind of in between what we would think of as like Neanderthal and now.
Okay.
So it was
Like Cro-Magnon
it wasn't
type?
a very strong bridge, but it was like had a bit of a button nose and was very dirty, very very dirty, and had like twigs and leaves and everything in it. Like, it's obviously like he could like hide in the forest on the forest floor or something and not
That's
be seen.
amazing.
And here's the other thing. All in the area, we kept finding these like trees that were all knocked over, facing the same direction, propped up against other trees.
Yeah, they make things.
Yeah, like they
like
snap
little-
trees not to go in the certain directions and stuff. They say.
I think it's like more of like a signpost.
Yeah, markers.
But,
Yeah.
So that like, oh, from here go this direction, and then go this direction, and go this direction, and then you eventually can find them, I guess. But they also here's the other thing to it. After that experience, you could almost feel their presence out there.
Ooh.
In the like, you could be sat. I could be sat out on the deck, like, and it felt like I was being watched, or there was an awareness that was aware of me sitting there, and I'm looking out at the forest, just like, huh, okay. Like, you know when you know that you're being watched, and you're like,
oh yeah,
but you don't know from where. It was that, and it happened multiple times.
But I think after you saw it, it probably now
this is true. I had that like expectation
you're-
of something being there, but
much more
it was
aware.
very strange, and we heard noises too, which was very weird.
Plus they're massive.
Yeah, it was like, way tall. It was like at least 7 feet tall.
But where do they go?
I don't know.
That's the
But
$1 billion
there's, like,
question, Andy.
Thousands of miles of untapped forest and caves and lakes.
That's why a lot
and
of
all
people
this
think
stuff.
there's an alien connection with them.
Yeah, the interdimensional again, right?
Yep.
Apparently.
Yep.
There's a
I
movie
am
called
the
the Lost Coast Bigfoot Tapes, I think is what it's called. And the big feet, what do you call multiple Bigfoots? Big feet?
I know. I struggle with that because I hate the term
Sasquatches.
Bigfoots.
Just
Jamie will say
Bigfoots.
Bigfoots, but it doesn't
Bigfoot
sound
with an
right.
S at the end.
Wouldn't it be big feet?
Big
I think it's just Bigfoot, and it's singular and plural.
Like moose?
Yeah, I reckon. So I saw 6
Moose and
Bigfoots.
That makes sense.
You would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
All
that's what I
6
would say, I
Bigfoots?
guess.
Well, Sasquatches.
Sasquatches.
Oh,
The
Sasquatch.
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 The Sasquatch.
Yeah, but in this movie, they're like these multi-dimensional beings that are protecting these people from aliens.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, Benzo?
Bobby
happening?
Broadway,
Hey, buddy.
I can't write a comment. I'm not logged in.
Oh, you can talk though. I don't know if I've met you yet, Michael.
I don't believe so. First time I watched was
Oh, cool.
with Jeremy, that
Oh,
scientist guy.
I hope
This is
that's
the
up
forest
because
accident.
it was taken down
Oh,
for
okay.
copyright from NBC.
Oh yeah, I
What?
watched it live. I think it is down. Last time.
Why'd they take it down?
It might be back up, but it's because it was the day that Betty White had passed, and we wanted
Yes.
to do like a quick tribute to her. So Spooky found a really nice video of her hosting SNL, and it was just like nice to hear some of her jokes. She made us all laugh.
course.
So we played it in the beginning, like tribute to Betty White, and then NBC was like, absolutely not.
You got to be kidding!
Yeah,
terrible.
That's awful. That's uncharitable, really, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, they were like,
all people,
no,
too, right?
no one's gonna see this. Like, it was blocked from
Ridiculous.
all territories.
You can't even honor the dead on YouTube without
I
getting
know.
a strike.
That sucks.
It's absurd.
Stupid. I hate it. I feel like if it's out here, it should be like free.
That was a good show too. Alien Scientist was on the money that day.
Yeah, he was.
He's a smart man for sure.
Very smart man.
Well, he is a scientist.
And he
It's
is
a good
allegedly
show,
an
though.
alien.
Oh my.
Yeah, an alien scientist.
See, okay, so I'm really confused. My favorite's the Yeti. Are they not the same thing? They're just in different
Yeah, they're called
I think
geological
snowman
locations.
as well, aren't they?
different countries call them different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a Yeti's more the abominable snowman type thing, more up in
Yeah.
the mountains by the snowy areas, and Sasquatch is more, in the highland mountain type range.
I don't know
I
if you
think
guys
it's
know
really
this,
cool
but I struggle to
that-
believe it.
Florida
I think
has
it's
the
really
skunk
cool.
ape.
The bottled water has a picture of Bree and Jamie on his wall. I think that's really neat.
Is that an actual picture?
Yeah, I keep them right here.
Oh no, it's
Next time I'll have
streaming.
to autograph that for you.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is about the Bigfoot thing. It's like I want it's a typical I want to believe. Like it makes sense to me. But I think
believe it.
I'm always that person that has to see to. It's not that I don't see. I always get like tripped up when I try to explain it because it's like it's not that I don't believe, but I can't say 100% because
I saw a show
haven't witnessed
recently, like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, Bree. A couple of weeks ago, they did a lot of analysis of the that very famous footage.
Patterson Gimlet.
Patterson, yeah.
Yeah, and they brought new technology to sort of measure and sort of bring out the imagery better, and also to measure the length of the arms and the feet. And they compared it if you wore a monkey costume and
the gait and everything. Would they come
yeah,
up with?
and they're saying it's not a man in a costume, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's from that TV show. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it Fact or Fiction or
something
Fact
like
or
that?
Fake?
The black presenter. Can't remember his name.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
The channel.
I don't.
The truth is out there, or something like that, or
yeah, the truth is out there. I think it's called.
Yeah.
You ever seen the guy that was from that area that walks just like that Bigfoot
Yes.
in the
yes.
video?
He swears it was him.
Really?
Yeah, he swears it was him, and he walks just like him.
Does he
He
turn
does,
around
right?
like that as well? Does he
does.
do the turn?
He does it perfect.
and he
Wow.
They
waves
actually,
his
trying to look it up.
arms?
they actually superimpose him walking and everything over the actual Patterson Gimlet film, and it's identical.
really?
Mhm.
I haven't seen that one.
But he was saying like Patterson owed him something. What was it, like $5,000? Michael, he never got paid to do that. That's why he's coming out.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
that's
Or
It's been a while since
25,000.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I seen that. It was interesting though, because the guy had the whole walking, the whole 9 yards down pretty
Yeah.
well.
Wow.
But I mean, he also had 30 years to figure out how to do it too, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he didn't come out when it happened.
He didn't come
was
out a
like,
week later. He came out 30 years later.
Yeah, he's got to pay off the gambling debt and
Right. All that
Suddenly,
background
he walks
support.
like a Bigfoot.
yeah.
That reminds me of those two guys that said that they could imitate a crop circle, but their crop circle was shit. And it's not like they were the only people in the world, like that they were everywhere doing
Right,
these crop
right.
circles, but yet they
Dan and
tried to
Dave.
take
Those
Well,
two
the
old
world-
guys
they
got
tried to
abused.
take all the credit. It's like,
In
Have
the
you all
UK, there
ever
were
seen one?
in the UK there are plenty. There were these two guys that did it for years, apparently,
That's them.
with a
Two old
plank.
guys? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then somebody
Dan and
suggested they
Dave,
were
was that their name?
stooges for the government.
Yeah, but their
For the
crop
government.
circles sucked.
Why?
Doug and
Yeah,
Dave?
why would you do that for 30
Doug
years?
and
Doug and
Dave, there it
Dave.
is.
Yep, Doug and Dave.
That's it. Yeah.
Sounds like ice cream.
Well
I don't believe
done,
that
Lee.
shit.
Doug and Dave ice cream.
Mhm.
It's just all flat weeds and
Yeah, when they've done like forensics on that, where you can pretty much see the difference between a man-made crop circle and something that was done differently.
They split, don't they?
The knots
and they
expand.
pop open as well.
It grows an extra node. So instead of the actual plant being snapped, it grows another node and bends. And then
they're also irradiated with radiation.
Yes, high microwave type. Like there would have to be like 60 microwaves in one area to
Are there
try
still
to
any
mimic
being
that type
made?
of radiation.
You never, I never. Are any being made now? Because they were all the rage, and now you know.
Would you like to see one that I saw myself about 2 years ago that I made a video?
I'd love to see that.
Definitely.
Okay. So it was like 5 or 6 miles away. We traveled over there. The farmer had like plowed over it, but you could still see it. So we went, and it was right. You know the white horse on the hill. Have you ever heard of that?
The chalk one. Is it chalk?
Yeah. So it's like it was right at the base of there. So we traveled up there, and let me just.
Is that in Wiltshire? Is it Wiltshire?
It's Oxfordshire.
Oh yeah.
You guys have all that cool stuff. We don't have that.
So I've skipped ahead because it was like a whole vlog of me going there, but
That is so cool, Spooky.
Look at that.
When I come and visit you, you'll have to take me.
I took photos through binoculars to get like a really good photo.
Unbelievable. Wow, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
So at the beginning of the video, I actually that's what it looked like before they plowed it.
It was massive.
Yeah,
it was
huge.
Wow.
It was massive.
Whoa.
Why do the aliens always want to go to the UK to do that shit?
Because nobody's out there to break their balls when they're crop circling, man.
Look at that.
Just let them get on with it.
They just do their thing.
Yeah. My question is like, why do the crop circles in the
Did you
first
say crap
place?
circles?
I said crop circles.
Oh,
no, crap circles.
Crap circles.
That's a whole different form of art we don't want to get into.
I heard they're pretty shitty, those crop circles.
Oh shit.
So that's what it was before they plowed over it.
That's that was the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Wow.
So
Very
like
intricate.
My thing is this like the alien equivalent of graffiti? Like they're tagging our planet?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
think that there's usually sacred geometry that's embedded inside of these designs, and usually people can decode it to some type of information that's been given.
What if there's one alien Banksy and he's just tagging the earth?
Well done.
Yeah,
Well
that's very
done.
good. Yeah,
it's a contest. It's a hide and seek thing. That's why we see them all over the place. They're looking for that one spot to win a prize.
Alien Banksy, right there.
Mm-hmm.
They get back
I
to
have a
planet
feeling-
Alba Begonia. They're like, yo, I just tagged up Earth.
Yeah, just tagged up this wheat field, bro.
What's weird?
Alien Banksy sounds like a character for the Midsummer Night's Roast.
That's great. Alien Banksy.
Write that down.
That's actually very good.
Very good.
It is. I hope you guys tune into that in June.
It's gonna be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No,
I actually
no.
love it that you're planning it this far out.
Bree is on the money, man. She's planning some good stuff coming up.
I got my work cut out for me to make stuff.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
But
we have
I
a lot
time,
of
like,
ideas. It's just
6 months of time.
Yeah, I mean, you got to plan everything ahead. Like, I'm still deciding if I want to include my mic in my camera feed because it's super popular.
I did ask
like
about
you
that.
need
Mike.
to, or else you can't hear you.
Right, people won't know that I have this microphone.
You sound.
We'd
No,
never
honestly,
know.
you sound so much better when it's closer to you.
Closer to
It's
you,
not-
yeah.
It's,
That's
like
how
you're
it's designed.
echoed,
Yeah.
but when you put it closer, you can like hear.
Yes, much better.
It's not
Very
Hello
good.
there.
closer.
I just included along with all the rest of this because
That's
I'm
what they're
trying
designed
to
for,
avoid
you know
seeing
that.
this.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah, we must see that.
no.
I can.
Hey,
I can
that's
fix,
why.
I can fix that. I can just leave.
That's why I started with.
Hey.
Oh, what?
Perfect.
Interdimensional, and he's back.
Wow.
I have missing time now.
Oh,
No, we didn't say anything nasty about you while you were
What
gone.
planet did you go to?
How did he do that? How did he do that?
I've been fiddling with OBS a little bit the last few days. So
I wanted to ask a
have
pet
OBS.
question.
I just don't know how to use it that well.
What is the name of those the microphones that Bree and Tony have?
Yetis. He has a blue Yeti.
It is a
I just
Yeti,
have
right?
Yeti. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I need to get one.
Yeah.
I think I've got a piddly little. God knows what this is.
I don't know what this
it
one
sounds
is.
okay though.
It does.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's better than those
It's
ones
not
that are
the
like the
SM58.
headphones with the mic attached
Oh, the
here.
gamer
like
Yeah.
in the
Oh, those are
90s.
gamer ones. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
cool.
not
Well, I'm
into
gonna
it.
order one.
Oh no, I remember. This is a Q90.
That's perfect, Tony. Oh no, put it back. There you go.
There it is.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't move
Don't swallow
it. That's
it.
it.
You know, if you squint your eyes, it looks like a bottle of water.
You try.
Oh yeah.
Spooky Morales just bought us 2
Oh, thank you.
aliens. Aw, love you, Bree. Get better soon,
You
Jamie.
need
That
to
is
put
so
an
sweet.
empty
Thank
water
you,
bottle
Spooky
on this
Morales.
side of it.
How is
We
it
can't
that
hear
I
you, bud.
never get these fucking alerts? I swear to God.
You pulled a
Right.
wire somewhere.
Oh, because it looks like someone saw it. That's cool. Thank you so much, Spooky Morales.
Are your notifications turned on for that?
Yes, but I think the other problem is that I have another ghost person here that's also looking at the email. So it looks like I had already seen it. Ghost person is Jamie.
I have a
She's
butt on
hiding
my
in the back.
forehead.
You do.
And you do. You wear it well.
Now you're in a
Oh
shitty
my God.
situation.
You
Can
butthead.
I get
Oh,
that? Can I get that picture
the
up?
utter cheek of it.
Can
Talk
I get
about
that
being
photo
cheeky.
up that I did?
So who's
I'm gonna turn the
Beavis?
other cheek. Beavis.
Yeah, if you're butthead, he's Beavis.
I'm not butthead, I swear. I'm trying to find this picture that I made because Jamie was like, "Can you at least show Bottle the picture that you made to see like
we can find it.
So when I was doing our promo videos,
Did you get it?
I wonder if I deleted it.
No, it'll be in the chat. I'll find it.
Oh,
I
I
wanna
found
laugh
it.
at Okay.
Do you?
Wait, what? Did you?
Oh, I lost it.
I'm so confused.
Oh, here it is.
Enzo, is that a green screen you've got then?
No.
So
You just got
here we
magic
go.
light behind you.
Nope.
When I was making our promo art, Tony, I wanted to do that. I made this with the help.
Cool.
With
cool.
the art. How do you say that? With the artistic direction.
Yeah.
The art what?
Smokey.
I have nothing to do with this.
Wow.
Oh my God, you got squirted, buddy.
Wow.
It's magical. It's a magical.
You've been.
I love the use of negative space. It's
It's very
great.
Very
It's great.
well done.
It just works so nicely. Look at that
Wow.
little smiley butt.
A+.
Usually you have to pay extra for this kind of stream.
Oh yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
Bottle, you got squirted, buddy.
I did. It happens.
Just got squirted. Have you guys seen that video from Tosh.0?
No.
No.
Oh my God. It's a video of this girl and she like points at like the camera at a wall or something and there's like all this nasty wet stuff. And
That's
she's like,
amazing.
"That's me. I squirted."
Oh my God.
I'm surprised you guys haven't seen that. It's like
Nah.
so old. It's so good. It's like our
Man, I like to think
love
I
that
have
it
a
looks
sophisticated sense of humor and know about jokes and stuff like that. Somebody tells a I crap myself story and I'm on the floor laughing. I don't know why.
This is so great. Marvin did it well. Did it very well.
Perfect recreation.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, we had a laugh, but it was like, we're already getting a lot
we
of
probably shouldn't do that.
shit from just having cute smiley butts on the screen. So
Well, Bree, did you have a Zoom thing I missed? You had a
yes, yesterday we did. We do a Sunday smoke sesh on Zoom where it's not recorded or anything. We just hang out And yeah, it was.
You had a high time.
We had a great time. Exactly. I invite you all to join next time. It's like,
does whiskey count?
Oh, absolutely.
Anything.
Always.
Yeah.
Everything counts. It's just nice to be able to like hang out with all of you guys and be as candid as possible, because, you know, we do have some restrictions with what we can do, which we hate. So it's just like, let's just hang out and not worry about like what we're doing or saying.
Or who's listening.
Right. I like getting all the content creators in the community together.
No, I'm not from Liverpool.
When it's, you know, it's not live or anything, but we can
That's
all
the way
just,
to do it, man.
We can all brainstorm and be like, oh, hey, I had this idea. What do you guys think? And it's just a nice, like, not everything has to be live on the internet. We can all hang out.
Right.
Yeah. We should definitely get together and make a XXX site where we could just do anything we want.
Hey, now, calm down.
Anything goes. Like how
you just want to get your clothes off. No.
Buttstuff.com.
No, but I'm serious, man. Wouldn't you like to have freedom to do anything?
Don't
you
Google
want?
that. I think Jamie and I are supposed to be naked on Thursday. I don't know if it's still happening on the UFO Garage Band thing. So we'll see if that actually happens. But yeah.
Did you say naked?
I did.
Oh.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Count me in.
Everyone's gone quiet now. Like, tell the truth.
How do I record with OBS here? Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. It was.
Is that for charity or something, or just for giggles?
UFO charity.
Oh, your
UFO charity.
You know, it's kind of like. No. Oh, that's a good one though. He'd be like, high vibrational. Why are we covering our vibrations with all of our clothes? We have to take it off.
Oh, I see.
Ross has to remove the clothing.
I'm keen. I'm interested.
Remember, there's always something touching you.
Shit, I'll give you my bank number now.
Yeah. If only, as I said before.
Well, I hope that it happens. You guys will see. If they do any promo about it, we'll talk to them and see if it happens. But so that is a good place to end.
We've been live for nearly 2 hours already.
As everybody's just kind of like,
picking their jaw off the floor.
We can hang up now. We've got other things to do.
That's stuff and blue balls.
Andy, pick up my jaw over there, buddy.
Yeah, we need to reach out to them and make sure that's still happening. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
And what's that going to be on?
We're looking for.
Is that going to be on Twitter?
It'll be on their channel on YouTube. If we do it, I'm sure hoping that we do.
So
we're kind of excited. So stay tuned for that.
I'm not even getting off the channel. I'm going to be here till it goes on.
I'm not moving from this spot.
No, we're here now for the duration.
The middle spot is mine, boys.
Oh my God. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Tony, Mr. Bottled Water, for joining us today on Butt Stuff. It's been a pleasure doing Butt Stuff with the Bottled Water.
Always.
We had lots of fun. And thank you so much, Spooky, for taking Jamie's place. You're welcome anytime.
Absolutely no worries. Happy to fill in.
I had a lovely time. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you. Michael and Anthony and Andy and Enzo. Yes, at any time. Any stranger is a friend of mine. Usually strangers are the best. But you're not a stranger anymore.
Next time I won't be.
That's right.
Exactly. Well, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Yes.
Yep, I got to go to the bank and get dollar bills.
Oh, yeah, you better do that. Exactly. Empty out that piggy bank.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, you guys. Love you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
everyone.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye.